What's up everybody, Watt007 here, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video is not going to be the leak video that I promised on my community tab. And the reason why is because apparently Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links dropped some upcoming skill rebalancing changes for the game. And as per usual, when it comes to new ban lists and new skill rechanges, I usually do a first reaction slash impression slash review on all of this stuff. So this is what we're going to first be doing. I will upload a leak video after this video. Like by the time that this video releases, 4 to 5 hours after this video releases, I should have my huge leaks video ready for you guys, but don't expect much. There's not really that much for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leaks, but we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming skill rebalancing. Thank you so much to Bless Bar for notifying me about this at work, and the reason why I'm talking about this new skill rebalancing pretty late is because of the fact that I was busy with work. I had an 8-hour shift, but we back, baby, and it's time to do some epic reaction content because we got to have the highest quality effort content on this channel, that's for sure. Without further ado though, without more stalling around, let's go take a look at the upcoming skill rebalancing, and let's go see if this is going to shake up the game whatsoever, or it's going to be a resident sleeper update, because it only has skill rebalancing. There's no card changes compared to like the previous ban list where we got new skill and card changes. Only skill rebalancing. Let's go take a look at it. So the expected date for this is going to be November 27th, which is going to be 2 days from now. Changes to made skill effects will be applied to both PvP and PvE duels when updating to version 4.2. 4.2, and will be available sometime between the 26th and 28th. Let's go check about the skill rebalancing. I'm trying to remember. Okay, these are going to be the changes right here. So the app version is 4.2, will be released around 26th and 29th, and then the date of these changes is going to be December 3rd. The rebalancing of the skill will be applied to the game by updating to 4.0. However, please note the skill details page will not be updated. Okay, so the changes are still going to be happening on November 27th, but the text will officially update on the December 3rd. I think that's what they're trying to say right here. So it looks like Kaiba Corp, Bling, Duel Standby, One Card Wonder, Reinforcement, Silent Duelist, Miracle Fusion Time, Respect My Authority are all going to get changed right here. I guess let's just do it one by one. Let's first read about the skill rebalancing and then go to the updated text. First skill we're going to talk about right here is Kaiba Corp Bling. This skill has been proven to be too versatile, so we are weakening its potential as a draw skill. Instead, we'll be increasing its utility in a different direction. And the changes that they're going to be doing right here, Kaiba Corp Bling, your dual assessment score for using glossy and prismatic cards will be multiplied by 1.5. It can be used when your life points decrease by 2,000 in the draw phase. Instead of doing a normal draw a random glossy prismatic card from your deck. This skill can only be used once per duel. Interesting. So are they nerfing this? Because yeah, it's been too versatile, so we're weakening its potential as a draw skill. Oh, I know what the change is now, because let's go take the look at the original for Kaiba Corp Bling. So I think they actually made Kaiba Corp Bling 1,000, where you lose 1,000 life points, then you're able to trigger the skill. Let's go double check on that real quick. So we're going to go to a Mocha Box. Actually, oh no, I thought I had it unlocked. Oh, 1,800. So it can be used when your life points decrease by 1,800 during the draw phase. Then do a normal draw. You can draw a random glossy and prismatic card from your deck. So they're bumping it to 2,000 life points, which isn't that bad of a hit, but still is a noticeable effect nonetheless. And then they're going to be making it where it's going to be more usable in farms, which is actually kind of cool. So I think the skill is exactly the same. It's a once per duel effect, but it's exactly the same. You have to decrease your life points by 2,000, and then you can do the random glossy prismatic card, but then you get a dual assessment score increase. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how hard of a nerf this is. Maybe I'm not realizing how bad it is, because like I said, this is my first impressions on these brand new changes, but very interesting nonetheless. Next up, let's go take a look at Duel Standby. So this skill is going to be adjusted as some cards can take advantage of the fact that monster effects do not activate on the first turn, which is pretty noticeable. This actually happened in the Casey Cup and in one of the videos that I made, because if you guys didn't check my I forgot what the archetype was called. Yozenjus, that's what they are. I was about to look it up, but it's Yozenjus. Yozenjus can actually play around Duel Standby, and the Amato like stall deck can also play around a Duel Standby. So it looks like they're going to be changing up Duel Standby, which actually makes a lot of sense, because you can literally use Duel Standby to basically nullify some of the mandatory effects that certain cards have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So let's go read how they're going to be changing it. Each player's starting hand increases by 1 card. You cannot normal summon or activate card effects on your first turn. Wait. Did they change the text at all? Yeah, each player's starting hand increases by 1 card. Yep. And you cannot normal summon or activate effects. Oh, wait. That actually... Wait, Duel Standby is like even more dead than it was before, because let's read the original effect of Dual Standby. Because the original effect of Dual Standby is I think you can still normal summon. Yeah, you cannot activate spell and trap cards or monster effects on your first turn. They're making it to where you can't normal summon. And can you still activate monster effects though? Hold up, I need to reread that again. Because if you can't normal summon, yeah, or activate card effects. Oh yeah, you literally can't do a thing with Dual Standby. The only thing you can do is set back row and pass. That's crazy. Dual Standby is like completely dead now. I don't think Dual Standby will ever be used again if it's going to stay like this for the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because the deck, or Dual Standby first got hit back in the day. I think it used to been that just each player's starting hand increases by 1 card, and there's like no drawbacks to it if I remember correctly. And back in the day, burn decks were super popular, but then Dual Standby recently has been being popular again because Amato Stun and Yozenju's like with Amato Stun, that Amato like spirit card, you can use Dual Standby to not return it back to your hand, which was pretty broken. And then Yozenju's have their effect where when you normal summon them, once they're normal summoned, you have to return it back to your hand. But with Dual Standby, it negated that effect, so you didn't have to return it back to your hand, and then you were able to keep the Yozenju on the field. So it was pretty crazy. So yeah, it's actually cool that Dual Standby is getting hit. It makes sense. Definitely an interesting hit. 1 card wonder. This skill will be adjusted as it's been used in unintended ways. Now, personally for me, I low-key forgot that 1 card wonder even existed in the first place. So I don't know like what its original effect was, nor I don't even know what character uses 1 skill wonder. You better know I've been paying attention to what's been popping on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. SMH, horrible Duel Links content creator, right here. Nonetheless, though, 1 card wonder is being changed. Your starting hand will obtain only 1 card. During the duel, your normal draws in the draw phase become 2. Oh wait, no, this is Kalin's skill. It's coming back, baby. It's coming back. But yeah, your normal draws in the draw phase will become 2 cards. This skill will only activate if you begin the duel with a deck that has no other monsters than dark monsters. So I think the skill is going to be literally exactly the same before, except it's only going to be for dark monsters. So it'll still help out the Infernity combos. It still will help out any other deck that uses dark monsters only. But yeah, I can't really put that much input on this skill though, because I'm not too sure what broken decks out there were using 1 card wonder. I guess Burn was using 1 card wonder a little bit, possibly, because you only can start with 1. Not Burn. What was it? I meant Stall. I could see Stall decks were using this. I think I recommended that when I first reviewed this skill, because you would start with 1 card in your hand so you don't deck out immediately. And with Stall, if you like play your cards right, you can have certain trap cards you can like set. Your 1 card that you open with 1 card wonder, you can like set your trap card to protect you for the turn, and then you keep drawing 2 cards per draw phase, so then you can like draw into your other like burn and stall cards and whatnot. But now they're gonna make it where you only can activate it with if your monsters are only dark. So that's interesting right there. Other than that, I really don't know what other deck was abusing 1 card wonder, but it's interesting that they're making the change. That's for sure. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at reinforcements. This skill will be adjusted so it's easier to use. Reinforcements can be used each time your life points decrease by 1500. Return 1 card from your hand to your deck and draw a random type warrior monster. What was reinforcements beforehand? Was it like only 1800 life points that you had to lose, or 2000 life points you had to lose, and they're just making it to where it's going to be 1500 now? But yeah, you get to return 1 card from your hand to deck and then draw a random warrior type monster. I think Jaden or Joey, I think both those characters had reinforcements. Okay, yeah, it was 1800, so not too much of a change right there. I think the skill is still going to be used as it was originally, or I don't think the skill is going to be used like at all. But hey, having it at 1500 is nice. I think the skill would be used if it was like 1000 life points, because you could just play like a Cosmic Cyclone on your turn and then trigger the skill. But since it's 1500, I doubt it's going to be used still. Next up, we have Silent Duelist. This skill will now include Silent Swordsman level 3, as it was a monster used by the Silent Duelist as well. Cool. So this is actually a buff. Can be used each time your life points decrease by 1800. Return 1 card from your hand to your deck and play a Silent Magician level 4 or a Silent Swordsman level 3 from your deck. The skill can be only used once per turn. So that's a buff right there. It gives more versatility to that skill, and you can play it in both your Silent Magician and Silent Swordsman decks. That's really cool. And next up, we're going to take a look at Miracle Fusion Time. This skill will be adjusted to create more potential for elemental hero decks. That sounds pretty cool. So let's take a look at Miracle Fusion Time. Can be used when your life points decrease by 1000. Instead of conducting your normal draw, Miracle Fusion will be added from your hand to your hand from outside of your deck. This skill can be used only once per duel. That's actually a really good buff, in my opinion, because I believe Miracle Fusion Time, you had to be at like 500 life points or lower. I guess we can take a look at the previous Miracle Fusion Time skill, or like the current Miracle Fusion Time skill that we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right now. But I believe you had to lose a lot of life points before you could trigger the skill, and it was just not really worth it. But if we take a look at Miracle Fusion Time from your boy, okay, so for this one, you had to lose 2,000 life points, and then you can draw into your Miracle Fusion. But now, all you need to do is that you need to lose 1,000 life points, and then you can draw into your Miracle Fusion Time, which I think is actually going to buff heroes, because, yeah, if you play Cosmic Cyclone on your turn, or on your opponent's turn, or whatever, you use Cosmic Cyclone, pop one of your opponent's back row, or banish one of your opponent's back row, and then you'll be able to trigger your Miracle Fusion Time. And what's nice about having Miracle Fusion Time as a skill is because there is certain situations when you play elemental hero decks where you will be able to win a duel with Miracle Fusion Time, because with Miracle Fusion Time, if you didn't know already, you can use that card to fusion summon into one of your elemental hero fusion monsters using cards from your graveyard to go for the fusion summon. And instead of wasting deck space to play Miracle Fusion, since that card is available in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, you can now use Miracle Fusion Time instead to just run cards like Polymerization and other back row cards in your deck. And then when you need to draw into Miracle Fusion Time to win a duel, instead of wasting, you know, that card in your deck, you can just draw it from outside your deck during your draw phase. Now, it does replace your draw still, and in some cases, I think running Miracle Fusion Time is better to have it in your deck compared to using the skill. But I think definitely making it to where you only need to decrease your life points by 1,000 to trigger Miracle Fusion Time is still very helpful, in my opinion, because depending on how you play your elemental hero deck, or how you prefer to play your elemental hero deck, you'll just be able to run other cards instead of Miracle Fusion and just use Miracle Fusion Time instead. So pretty cool right there. I like the change. Good buff. Last but not least, Respect My Authority. The skill text has been edited to match what the skill's effect. The skill's effect will remain the same, so literally nothing has changed, just probably making the wording better. Until the end of the turn, one synchro monster you control whose original name includes Goyo will gain 500 attack for each monster you control that you are not the original owner of. The skill can only be used once per turn. And as you guys know already with the Goyo cards, all of the Goyo cards have abilities that you can take your opponent's monsters, kind of the niche with the archetype, and then yeah, you can boost your Goyo monsters with Respect My Authority. But other than that, nothing's gonna change from there. Overall, these are some interesting changes. Yeah, I'm guessing like Kaiba, Corp, Bling, Dual Standby, One Card Wonder are probably all hits to just like, those were like skills that were used in niche meta decks that they wanted to hit. And then they're just buffing Reinforcement, Silent Duelist, Miracle Fusion Time, and then fixing Respect My Authority. So not that bad of a haul for skills when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And honestly, I can agree with all of these changes. Well, actually, Kaiba, Corp, Bling still confuses me, but I agree with Dual Standby. I agree with One Card Wonder, and I think these buffs for Reinforcement, Silent Duelist, and Miracle Fusion Time are great buffs for all these skills. So overall, it's not that bad at all when it comes to these new changes. I'm just still kind of confused of the motive of Kaiba, Corp, Bling, and like the change to Kaiba, Corp, Bling doesn't really seem that like they really added much to it. I don't really know what else to say to it, but overall, that was not that bad at all. But yeah, I think it's going to be it for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links discussion video, talking about all these brand new skill rebalancing changes for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think on these brand new changes for the game. Overall, some really cool changes, and I'm looking forward to when these changes get added into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Nonetheless, though, be sure to smash the like button on the video down below if you guys enjoyed and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. And if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content, be sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified when I drop some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content, especially because, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be releasing a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video talking about some of the new leaks that we got from this recent update. So if you want to be tuned to that, you should subscribe and hit that bell notification so you guys get notified when I drop that video. Nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace.